Okay, we did it. We're fighting for third place.
We're going to play 2 finals at the same time.
2 finals at the same time. That's exciting.
So we can play the final here.
Okay.
And your third place final there.
Okay.
And then you should be finished at the same time-ish. And we'll take the photo and it'll be lovely.
Okay. Fantastic. Let's do it. Let's do it. Chat, we're going to get third place. That's the goal. We are winning the last one. We're getting third place. We're keeping our honor at least. We got to get something, you know?
I was being very optimistic here. I did not know who I was facing, but I really wanted to get third place after getting eliminated from the real finals. It was also fun that we were going to have both the finals of the first place and my finals right next to each other, because I knew that one of the 2 people sitting next to me would be winning the grand prize of winning this tournament at the London nightclub. A bottle of wine.
Okay, go and win the finals.
Does it support me?
I don't know. It depends who you're playing.
Come on, please. Why not? It's going to be a flag.
You beat me. You knocked me out. You knocked me out.
So you transfer your energy.
No, you knocked me out.
You support the other
I
guy.
don't know. It depends who I'm playing.
I was rooting for the Italian guy. He had been quite nice to me, even though he had beaten me. But I couldn't tell him that. He really wanted me to support him, though.
Okay, let's see who we're facing in the final round. I'm very curious. I'm very curious.
I made my day already.
You're happy already?
It's fine.
Okay.
Final, I don't care.
Are you? Okay, final game. I'm very curious to see who my opponent is. Oh, is this Igor? Are you Igor?
Okay.
You're the Igor. Okay.
And
Igor.
remember in your first round,
Yeah,
you played a lovely little girl.
I did.
The father is here to avenge
No.
third place.
That was right. I was playing the father of the little girl that I played in round number 1, Maya. The reason I was this surprised was because I was being told that he had actually played his daughter and that he had knocked her out in the tournament. The daughter had gotten eliminated from the tournament because he had beaten her in chess.
You know, she played well.
She played well.
You learn from losses, don't you? So.
Okay. So you were just, were you even a slightly bit generous, or were you just straight up?
No, we played well. No, we played slowly and nicely.
I couldn't believe my ears. But I thought, I'm gonna avenge Maya and I'm gonna beat her dad.
White or black?
That's a good
Everyone,
question.
final time.
Let's do this.
The game was 5 minutes long and there was no increment.
Okay, which one do you want? You are white.
We don't have to move the board around.
But your daughter is very strong.
Yeah,
Right?
she knows her stuff.
Yeah. Did you teach her chess? Is that how it started? Okay. Do you think she's going to become better than you soon?
Yeah, I do have to get a picture. Anna, can I ask you to sign this as the prize for winning the main final?
Of course. Of course. But I feel like, you know, I'm in third place. Like
I
the
know,
first.
but it's okay. Your signature is valuable to these men.
Do you really want this? Oh my, okay, there we go.
They wanted me to sign this little thing as a prize for the winner, and I couldn't believe that they thought my signature was a prize. But I thought, why not?
Okay, there we go.
Imagine if I would have won my own signature.
Do not rub this on anything, you will lose the signature.
And a bottle of wine, which would have been pretty nice.
All right, there it is. Well, it should be here, no? This is, one of you guys are winning
For the
it.
camera, but yeah.
Yeah. You know what, I don't want people to know my signature. I'm leaving that there.
Can I get a joint shake of hands?
We all posed for the camera. And I feel like posing now again by seeing this. A very staged picture, but we shook hands. I've been reading your comments. We shook hands.
Winner gets third place. Good luck.
And then we started the clock. He played a queen's gambit,
Yeah, you can just tap it a little bit. It's metallic.
and I declined it, so I played e6. And then c6. This is, I call it the pyramid opening. I mean, you just have a little pyramid going on here. At least that's what I called it when I was a kid. I've played this my whole life, basically. Just developed my pieces, and then I castled, and this is very safe for black. The idea is to at some point capture on c4, and then try to play either e5 or c5, and break the center through that. So I actually did that now, and then I played b5, Then the idea is to play bishop b7, a6 to defend that b5 pawn, and then play c5, or in some cases e5. There was a lot of tension now because the games were so important now in the final round of the tournament. So everybody was a little bit more quiet. It was not fun and games anymore. It was pure seriousness and competitiveness. He played a3. And I was considering now if I should play a6. And I ended up doing that. He played rook d1 to make it a little bit harder for me to play c5. I think Maya was watching the game. I think that's why I'm laughing here. And I was telling her that I wanted to avenge her game. So queen c7, I wanted to get the queen out of the d file as it's very uncomfortable to have it there with the rook, and also because I'm planning to play c5 now. If I play c5, then my bishop on b7 is going to become really strong. So I think this is very comfortable for black. Sometimes if the bishop is not on b3, white tries to play b4 to really prevent this move c5, but now it's not so easy to prevent it. I had a lot more time than my opponent, so I started feeling really great. So I was looking around, smiling, feeling amazing. And he played bishop d2. I thought this was kind of passive, so now I felt like after c5, I must be better. And I am. Black is slightly better in this position. Rook c1, he tried to put his rook on the same file as my queen, and here I have the option of either playing c4 and try to play against that bishop on b3, which is probably going to maneuver to a2 and b1, or I can take and do what I did. I think maybe it would have been better to play c4, but I really just wanted to play against these pawns being so weak. So I played bishop d6, threatening bishop takes h2, but now I'm kind of sad about the fact that I don't have my bishop. My light squared bishop was so strong. So I think this was actually not really the correct choice, especially to open up the whole c file. What I didn't realize was that there was actually ways for my opponent to make my king weak by placing the rook on g1 and having that g file open. I played bishop f4. I was trying to trade a few more pieces. Obviously, having to be careful about moves such as knight takes b5, etc. I feel like I look slightly unfocused. I'm smiling and looking around more than I'm looking at the board. Anna, look at the board! Stop drinking beer! Look at the board! He played queen d3, which wasn't really a move I was scared of. And now I finally traded bishops. I didn't like the fact that my bishop was kind of hanging on f4. There's a lot of threats now, such as knight takes b5 or maybe knight e4, etc., because of the fact that my queen and his rook are on the same file. So I had to move my queen out of that file. I couldn't keep it there. So on queen b7, which looks a little bit strange to me now. Maybe I should have played queen d6 or a move like that, a little bit more active. But I was scared of knight e4, I think. So I moved my rook in. I was trying to get my pieces active, and I think my position here is totally fine. I'm playing against his isolated pawn on d4, and I'm hoping that in an endgame, his pawn islands on the king side are going to become pretty weak. He played this really interesting move d5 to get rid of his isolated pawn, and this is a very strong move. I was considering taking the pawn. I was considering going knight c5, threatening the bishop and threatening to, well, defend the pawn on e6. And now there were a lot of people that were looking at both my game and the game between the finalists that was taking place right next to me between the Italian guy and Igor. I spent quite some time here thinking to see all of my options because I felt like this had the potential of becoming dangerous for me. I ended up taking the pawn and then trading a lot of pieces. Now I cannot go rook c8 because there's knight e7 check, forking my rook. Or queen c8. So I played knight e5 instead, so that if the knight moves, I have queen takes f3, also stopping knight e7. Now he traded my bishop and played queen f4, and his queen all of a sudden started getting very strong. This was now a very complicated position, and I was lower on time than him, so I started feeling the pressure. I had actually missed knight takes f6, and missed that he could double my pawns in this way. So the queen with the bishop could become potentially very dangerous in front of my king, and now my pawn on f6 was hanging. Should I go queen e7 or should I go king g7 were my thoughts right now. I ended up going king g7. He played bishop d5, threatening my queen. I was so low on time right now. I have to play faster. I'm trying to scream at myself. Anna, play faster. Queen e7. He played king h1 to bring in the rook. Knight g6. I was trying to keep all my pieces together. And actually here I was doing pretty fine. I needed to activate my rook. I played queen e2, threatening the rook. Had to start picking up some pawns. He played h4. I got really worried. How do I defend? I had 20 seconds left. He's threatening h5, winning my piece. I played h5 myself. Now my h5 pawn becomes a huge weakness, and he has bishop takes f7 in this position, which he missed. He played f4. I played queen e2. He played f5. And here I had completely messed up. I was going to lose my piece, but I did have pawns for it, which made me very happy. But I had only 8 seconds left on the clock, and I did not see how I was going to survive this the little time. I entered bullet mode and tried to play as fast as humanly possible. I didn't care anymore about anything. I was just pushing my pawns, pushing my pieces. I was picking up everything I could, but I only had 4 seconds left. And I realized that I was about to be flagged by the father of the girl I played in the first round, and that made me incredibly sad.
Okay. Okay. I'm too low on time. Okay. You got your revenge. I was too slow. I was way too slow.
People clapped, and I realized that it was just the time that made me lose this game. We discussed a little bit the game.
If you'd went knight b6, knight d5, then I think my pawns would have just
Yeah.
fallen apart.
No, I think so too. And I missed that you had f4, f5.
Yeah.
But it was the time that ultimately decided this game. And it's the old story for me. I can play good chess, but a lot of times I play very slow. And especially when there's games without increment, I kind of feel like I have more time than I have because I'm used to playing with increment, but then all of a sudden there's no way for me to get back my time. So long story short, I need to practice playing with less time, but maybe I should also play more tournaments that have increment, which there wasn't in this one. But my 2024 New Year's resolution was to play faster, and I shall do that this year. So wish me luck on that journey, and I hope that you've enjoyed this little series of my tournament in London. I ended up coming on 4th place, which wasn't amazing, but there were a lot of people that were participating, and I ended up getting 4th. So I'm definitely not sad about that. Igor ended up beating the Italian guy, and he ended up coming 1st. So it was Igor 1st, then the Italian guy 2nd, then Maya's dad 3rd, and then me 4th. And I didn't win anything, but I gained a lot of new experiences and made some new friends in this tournament, which is what chess is all about. So thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you so much for watching this whole series, and let me know if you want to see more videos like this. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you all in the next video.